heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Town, from London to Taiwan, I've been all around the world, trying to protect your soul.
Well, that clears that up. Like, how the F have you said that name the whole week?
Shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
brother. Yeah, he says start the chat. He's struggling here.
All right, that's awesome. All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to day 3 of the Shadow Cup. We've got Shadow Gamers TBA versus Shadow Gamers Feed the Wolves. I'm joined by our man Duncan. Or would you prefer Cancel tonight?
Cancel, please, sir.
All right, Cancel, how you doing, boyki?
Well, thanks, and yourself, man.
Awesome. So we got 2 Shadow Gamers teams battling out tonight in our best of 3 elimination game tonight. So one of these teams is actually going home tonight. And do you think that's going to be juicy? You think it's going to spice things up tonight?
I think we can expect some good games tonight.
Oh, can't wait. So our first phase bans have happened, and our first picks on the side of Feed the Wolves tonight is a Laka Centaur, and on the side of TBA we've got an Ogre and a Lion. Lovely supports there. Oh, and the Warlock's out.
Warlock Centaur is a really strong opening duo.
Yeah, that's a nice combination, man. Just that tankiness with the heals is great. You know, usually what we gathered kind of through this week is that Feed the Wolves has always banned a silencer in their first phase, and now no silencer for them tonight. You think maybe they're going to pick it up, possibly?
They could be. I think Ogre is a really stable pick in the meta at the moment. Just, it secures your lanes early, provides you a lot of harassment, and basically whatever lane the Ogre goes into is going to either even out or it's going to be a winning lane.
The Ogre is a good flex pick as well, man. I've seen it going 3 these days as well. So POS 5, POS 3, is really strong.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
so maybe that's a line support with an off-lane Ogre at the moment. Who knows?
Yeah, I think just coming the bans from Teabagged by Apes, it's just the standard bans. Wyvern, Earthshaker, Ursa, 3 strong heroes at the moment. Wyvern is probably the strongest boss 5 at the moment. It causes a lot of havoc. Earthshaker is a really good staple as a 4, can be played as a 3 as well. And now, in some situations we've seen it go mid. Also, that does pretty well, has a lot of lockdown, and once you got the blink tag up, you pretty much start winning team fights for your team.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, interesting to see the Terrorblade ban come out. Keen to see what they decide on picking up. I think they might be looking into a PL as they pause one.
Well, what they do. Talking about the bans, this Earthshaker's been banned almost every single game of this tournament. He's got like a really high ban rate at the moment, and once again gets banned out again. But then that being said, so has the Phantom Lancer, but possibly he gets picked up tonight, so we're gonna have to see.
It could be. I think they definitely go for the PL pick. I think they banned out the 2 biggest counters, being the Earthshaker, Echo Slam into the illusions. It does a lot of damage, and you got the Terrorblade that can just create illusions of the illusions.
Oh yeah, of course. No, they wreak havoc.
All right, boys. I am back. I do apologize for that.
Welcome there, sir.
Some technical issues, and I just couldn't get anything working. So. Yeah, just a bit of patience, and yeah, I managed to sort it out.
Awesome.
Alright, so yeah, let's have a quick look here. Ogre, Lion. Ogre's a very good support though. I do love Ogre.
10 seconds.
As we all do, mate. He's a great guy. Good fella.
Most definitely.
So far, Feed the Wolves, I agree with only one of their bans being the Mirana. I don't think it's necessary to ban Invoker in the first phase. I think you save that for second phase or last, I think Invoker early, you can pick it as a pos 4. I've seen it being done. However, you don't just pick up Invoker mid in the first phase and think you're going to win the lane. There's a whole lot of counters to Invoker still in the pool. Lifestealer, it's a hero that's sort of fallen out of the patch at the moment. Just because you get heroes like the PL that can just control it and just guide the heroes so well. Medusa, interesting ban. And the Enchantress feels like a hero that slowly started falling off towards the end of this meta. Just because teams figured out how to play against the hero. But I think Enchantress is still a decent ban if you do struggle to play against the hero.
I personally hate playing against the Bambi because that ulti, that impetus hits you so hard, actually.
It does.
You don't realize kind of you've been knocked by Bambi till that ulti comes up and then she chows you.
Yeah. So far, Teabag by Apes, 3 really strong staple picks. Monkey King, flexible. Ogre Magi flexible, and your line they're probably going to be a +1.
+1, you say? Imagine.
+1, I mean +5.
Listen, I wouldn't put it past anything. These teams have been mixing it up. I've been loving the game so far this week, and yeah, +1 line would really make my evening. Actually,
I would like to see a mid-line, I won't lie. A mid-line would be interesting.
We talk about that first phase ban on the Invoke. I don't know if these teams have maybe been secretly watching Haze. They feel like, nah, we don't need to come up against an Invoker. Muse has been playing such a good one. It's a decent ban, and he's just so versatile.
Yeah, definitely. I think Teabag by Apes are definitely going to go for the PL pick. They picked up the Monkey King, which is does fairly well against the PL. Spectre and Terrorblade bans. I think this is a sign for PL. If they don't pick it up, I think they're making a mistake.
I suppose if Feed the Wolves doesn't pick up the Phantom right now.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could work pretty well for them.
Oh, Juggernaut.
That's interesting. Blade Free does pretty well with the Warlock Fatal Bonds. It's quite a bit of damage that comes out. You do have a Centaur that can blink in and stun, and
into a big Omni Slash as well.
I like the Juggernaut against the Monkey King. That's one thing for sure. Monkey King relies on one-on-one fighting. Get up the Jingo Mastery stacks and start doing a ton of damage, where Juggernaut's probably going to bait it out till the 3rd hit and then just ult him.
And then Agnum Scepter as well, just giving him more slashes. Plus, I think that, is it a 20 or 25 talent tree that gives him another?
Talent,
yeah, so geez, you can get a bunch of jumps off on this Juggernaut. They're going to have to really pick up quite a tanky offlaner and group together as well, just to kind of disperse that jump.
Okay, so far you got the first 3 picks for both teams. Muzz, whose lineup are you favoring so far?
Yes, I do like a Centaur. He's really tanky right now. I mean, geez, I imagine that Monkey against the return's gonna hurt. I might say FTW, Feed the Wolves. That's where my money's going right now for the first 3 picks. I do like an Ogre, but I'm not gonna back the Ogre right now.
No, I agree 100% with the Feed the Wolves draw so far. I think they got the better draw so far. Bloodseeker is pretty good against Centaur in the sense, Centaur relies on the ulti to get his team away. Bloodseeker ruptures that hero, and that hero instantly dies.
No, that's it. Now, from the past, kind of yesterday's game in the past, let's see, okay, Witch Doctor. We saw Storm Spirit counter the Bloodseeker huge. His rupture did nothing to him. Wouldn't mind seeing something like that coming out for FTW. Even a Quap or an Ember Spirit would be great. Especially since we know that Jug's most likely going to be the safe lane carry. They're still looking for their mid right now.
Yeah.
So
I think FTW need a really active pick right now. Something that can match up with the Centaur. In a sense, so Centaur's going to try and initiate fights, then they need something to follow up instantly on that. Juggernaut's probably going to be looking for a pick off on the back line. And Warlock's just going to be there to try and get that big ulti off. I think if Warlock gets the big ultis of this game, and, FTW are able to take this early before the Monkey King and Bloodseeker are able to get the BKBs up, I think this is definitely their game.
Yeah, exactly. If no one's caught in that Wukong's command.
Yeah, that's also... I think Monkey King's such a good hero against Witch Doctor. Your Q is almost instant, and that mini bash just... Oh, it's so annoying for Witch Doctor to deal with.
Well, I mean, I suppose both these supports, the Warlock will just fall quickly as well.
Yeah. Sniper being banned? Interesting. Alina from Teabag by Apes. I think they put the Bloodseeker mid almost, or they put the Monkey King mid.
Yeah, the versatility is great. I think both of those can play either or. And
Puck?
How is that? A little puckalish. Okay.
Not bad against the lineup. It's good. I think it's alright that it matches pretty well up with Centaur in the sense that both heroes are able to get a fight off, but I don't think it's got the burst necessary. I think Storm Spirit would have been a better pick.
Yeah.
I think you can probably get more burst out with the Storm Spirit than you can with the Puck.
And a lot of reliance on this Jug to carry the game. If Jug doesn't have a good game, they're not going to carry.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's a risky pick-up Puck. Like I was saying to you just now, I do like that Storm or even an Ember. Just something that's got a bit more to it.
Yeah. It feels like, I mean, Feed the Wolves, it feels like they're playing a 4 Protect 1 draft right now. They're relying on the Juggernaut to get 6 started before 30 minutes, and then hopefully Juggernaut carries them this game.
Oh, yeah. And I think this is kind of a team that knows this is not a best of one. We're not going to lose immediately. So even if this game 1 does go to TBA, they know there's a second game to bring it back. It's a bit of a risky pick, but they know they do have a bit of a security net as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jump in there quickly. The one thing I noticed about Feed the Wolf strat is very versatile. You can have the Centaur initiate. You can possibly have the Puck go in first. Alternatively, you can have the Warlock popping down that Golem with the Upheaval as well as the Fatal Bonds. And then you can have either the Puck jump in with the Illusionary Orb, or you can have the Centaur just run in there and give the Golem a little bit more speed.
All right. So I mean, is that an offlane? Is that an offlane Bloodseeker? We've seen the man play a lot of Axe. I suspect that's going to be the offlane Blood, and then that's a mid Wind Ranger.
I think Bloodseeker playing the offlane is not bad.
I love an offlane Bloodseeker.
Yeah, if you're going to match it up with the Ogre, that's a really strong lane to deal with. Especially as a Jug Warlock. Warlock's only able to do so much. He cannot harass. If he tries to harass, Ogre is going to out-harass. Ogre is going to constantly bully the Warlock. And then Bloodseeker is going to be able to man up the lane against the Juggernaut. He's got the Q ability to be able to steal back a lot of health. So I think it's a tough lane for FTW. I think this Wind Ranger pick is just brilliant from them. It pretty much dominates the mid lane against the Puck. It just depends if Puck is going mid. I think in this situation you want to actually put the Centaur mid and the Puck off lane. I think Centaur against Wind is a pretty even matchup, and I think Centaur will get a lot of the mid lane.
Yeah, I do enjoy an offlane Bloodseeker. Kind of the only time when I do go core, I take a Blood offlane, and he does wreck. He's just beautiful. When I come up to your neck of the woods and I'm playing in Centurion, oh, good times.
Pretty nice set on the Axe, on the Centaur.
Alright, so yeah, we're just going to introduce the teams to you guys very quickly. On the Wind Ranger, we do have a kill switch. On Lion, we've got Dej. On the Ogre Magi, we've got KFC 777. Bloodseeker is being played by, oh, did I have to do this team? Loco Mabistervark. And then finally, we've got the Monkey King, and he's being played by a beautiful Feed Me.
Well, I really appreciate the captain's kind of spelling that out for us like a grade 1 teacher. Now that we know that he's called Lakomasa Pustefark. That's it's taken us 2 nights of casting to get it right, but man, we are there.
Awesome. Source, would you like to introduce the Dire side first?
Of course. So we've got a Drevlin playing the Fabulous Warlock. We've got Master Wayne on the Centaur. We've got a Mick Jagger, moves like Jagger on the Puck. UU8 on the Warlock. And Nerk on the Juggernaut. Lekker, Kerk Nerk.
Awesome Source. So just for all of the people that is joining us online, thank you very much for tuning in. It's always a pleasure casting for you guys, and I do hope that you enjoy the matches. Let's have a quick look at the lanes. We've got the Bloodseeker and the Lion going up against the Juggernaut and the Witch Doctor. We've got Wind Ranger as well as Puck in the mid lane. And at the bottom lane, we've got the Centaur with the Warlock and Ogre and the Monkey King.
Now, this Wind Ranger has come out quite a lot in this game as well. I was telling Cancel earlier, you know, how many of these heroes have been banned the whole time. But this Wind seems to be getting picked up so often in these games.
Most definitely. And I do see that straight from the get-go, both these teams are very, or should I say, super aggressive. Master Wayne taking quite a lot of damage, and that is from the Ignite. The heal is coming out, but Is Feed Me going to be able to get close enough? No, we do have the healing salve that is actually being popped.
Oh, that Jingu mastery just sounds in our ears and we know there's trouble.
Oh, nice double stun coming out from the line.
Nice. That's luck. If you can get that Earth Spark across a couple of heroes, it's decent.
Yeah, they're very, very aggressive in the mid lane as well. I mean, the Pug going up against the Wind Ranger, but he does have the safety net of that illusionary orb, and that is going to help him quite a bit to try and escape those beautiful arrows.
Oh, Monkey King overextending on bottom lane. He
Nice.
was almost able to get the kill on Drevlin. Just needed one more Jingle Mastery stack up, and he was able to get it, but unfortunately Drevlin outmaneuvering him, and yeah, they were able to get the first blood.
Do you have a double D line in the river? I wonder who's going to see it first.
Right,
And Dager's Sentry Ward just out of range of that Observer.
This Puck's going to have a good time avoiding shackle shots.
Yeah.
With his phase shift. Oh yes, double D getting picked up by kill switch. Oh, stun on top. Oh, that's a dead Juggernaut.
Yeah,
nice.
Left the lane there to pull the creeps, and unfortunately wasn't there to assist.
Oh, that's when supports get flamed. Hey, I've been pulling in the jungle, even stacking, and if my carry dies, oh, you get cuck, I promise you.
Yeah, it definitely does cause a bit of friction amongst the players, but hopefully it doesn't carry into the later stages of the game, where they really do need the communication and the teamwork. But at the same time, oh, Centaur is going to fall. Beautiful kill going there to Feed Me, and easily making work of the Centaur. That return damage, unfortunately, that's only on level 1.
Bloodseeker probably going to die top. He's got the Maledict. The pop should come out now.
Oh, come on.
Be enough.
He does eat a tango to try and survive. Those Maledict are not doing enough damage, but nice little play coming in from Dage though with those body blocks, and Bloodseeker is able to escape. Nice little stun coming through. And
yeah, he's not going to pop tonight.
No, just walking away from that one.
Yeah, it's only a level 1 Maledict as well, so it's not going to do too much damage right now. He did go for a 2 in the cast and a 2 in a Maledict, which I do prefer to take over.
Warlock is now making use of the Fatal Bonds to try and chase Feed Me out of the lane, but he is doing pretty well there. Looking at the last hits though, he is 4th currently with 15 for 4.
This Juggernaut having a pretty tough time in the top lane. Only sitting on 5 last hits with 1 deny, whereas the Bloodseeker is sitting on 17 last hits with 15 denies.
Goodness, 5 last hits, and I didn't even see that, but that's not good at all.
Bloodseeker having a pretty good lane in this off lane.
To be honest, it's quite refreshing that local Master Pusterfark didn't take an axe again. I do like this Bloodseeker choice.
I do like the
Drevlin probably going to die top.
Now Drevlin, he's in a bit of trouble. Is it looking that Feed Me is going to dive to the tower? Yes, it does.
Oh, one more Ignite on cooldown.
Ignite just out of range.
No, he's not going to make it. Oh, get some stun off.
He might be able to get the kill on the Centaur.
Oh, Courier does though.
Does he run up? And Centaur's probably going to fall from this.
Oh.
The run back in.
And he's going to be able to get the bounty snipe as well if Puck doesn't reach there.
Puck now is coming in beautifully.
What are you doing?
Ogre, he's in a world of trouble. He does get taken down.
Yeah.
At least getting something out of that exchange.
No,
they did lose their courier.
Once again, Juggernaut in trouble. Not able to kill him. Has been silenced up.
That's now a 0 for 2 Jug and a man with still 5 last hits, so he's not having a good game, and he's going to be the core as well. So
it's amazing how, you know, one small thing like the Witch Doctor, for example, just leveling that extra leveling to Cask instead of the Maledict, you know, just turns the lane completely. You know, they were almost able to secure that kill on the Bloodseeker, and I think if they did get that kill on the Bloodseeker, it would have been big for their lane.
And the problem is here, like we said in the draft, they are focusing on this Juggernaut to kind of do all the carrying because they've got a puck mid, yet this is a 0 for 2 Juggernaut with 5 last hits. I don't know if he's going to go late game.
Master
Bit of
Wayne
action
farming off
bottom.
some jungle camps. Gonna get gone on by the Ogre. I think they can kill the Ogre yet. I think if he runs back in, you got to stun in 1 second. Turn stun, double edge, I'm pretty sure that's a kill.
Oh, puck falls mid. Oh, nice. Both taking each other down.
Kill Switch will get the XP though. And Bloodseeker's probably going to just start snowballing this game. That's a lot of damage coming out on the Jug. There's probably a dead Jug as well.
Double kill going there to the Bloodseeker. Very well played from the Lion, just taking the mana away from the Witch Doctor, so the stun is not available. Quick thinking there from him though. But I do possibly think, look, the later stages of the game, possibly going to go 2-2 for the Wolves. Obviously because of that Stampede and the golems that do quite a bit of damage. There is no real escape from the golems, with the exception of maybe a stun coming from the Wind Ranger, or maybe even Monkey King trying to ambush them from the tree line.
I'm just a little worried about this Jug in his farm. He's just chilling with slippers of agility right now.
I just want to say, I love Ogre Mega's items. Best build in SA right now.
Yeah, everything's in the stash right now. He's got boots and a ton of wards in the stash and 3 mangoes.
The 3 mangoes are amazing.
Well, I mean, I also love this warding here. 1 high ground, 1 low ground. Interesting warding spots.
Gonna get
like
the D
wards, nice.
Ogre Mega doing exactly what he's supposed to do in this lane. Just keep the supports away from the Monkey King. You know, maxing that ignite, getting that spam off. Such an annoying spell to play against.
That's a level 6. That's a level Bloodseeker in 8 minutes, boys.
Alright, puck ganking bottom. There's gonna be probably gonna get the Monkey King as well.
Oh,
ooh,
yes.
What is... Wow.
Yeah, Feed been doing absolutely beautiful, getting that double kill, but not managing to capitalize on the puck as yet.
Oh my goodness. Blood taking another kill.
Not looking too good for FTW at the moment. 5k net worth advantage for Radiant. And I think, like you said, Maz, that one hero that they're relying on is not getting the farm he needs.
No, it's not. In both the lanes, who's this team? TBA. Both these side lanes are doing really, really well. Feed Me picking up some good kills, and the Bloodseeker picking up some decent kills. And has Puck won mid lane? I mean, could we even say that all 3 lanes have lost?
Puck, I think, did fairly enough. Like, you know, he did what he was supposed to do in the lane. He survived, but I think that's what they picked the hero for, just to survive the lane. So I think he traded evenly in this situation. He was able to get that gank on bottom. They were able to get, I think, 1 kill out of it. So it's not going too bad for him at the moment. I think Wind Ranger definitely does have the advantage here.
His tower's looking quite bashed from what I can see.
Yeah, I haven't even checked the tower, yeah. It's quite a bit of damage put into the tower already.
So if we look top lane, we've got a level 7 Bloodseeker and only a level 4 Juggernaut. Even a level 6 Lion to a level 4. Oh boy, here comes a Blood Red out.
And that's another kill for Bloodseeker.
Oh.
Sitting on a weakest 6 streak at the moment.
Oh boy, he has a nice double kill. Ish, with the Puck TP in, I suspect Kill Witch is going to go and just take that tower down.
Ogre Mega able to get both bounties in its bottom and an aggressive ward up in the jungle. Wow, Bloodseeker overextending on top lane. Nice rotation from the Puck, able to get that kill. It's a big kill, 827 gold towards the Puck. No, towards the Witch Doctor. Sorry. I think if it was for the Puck, I think that would have been 100% worth it. He would have had been halfway through to his blink by now, and they might have still had a chance.
Oh. And that's a Warlock fall into the win range bottom. Man, 7k net worth lead in 11 minutes. We've got quite a farmed up Bloodseeker 8 for 1. That's huge.
Witch Doctor just surviving there. Gets ruptured up, instantly activates the TP, and Bloodseeker not able to get the kill. So, Lightray, looking at this game so far, do you think Dai have a chance to make it back into the game?
There is a possibility, yes. We haven't taken into account the ulti from the Witch Doctor, also the Stampede. I mean, we've still got the Juggernaut that still needs to get to level 6. I mean, if he's able to isolate anyone from the team, he should be able to comfortably get a kill, especially on, for example, the Lion. So, yeah, they're just going to have to wait patiently, get those levels up, and start taking advantage of them.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think, like you said, the ulti from the Witch Doctor, but I think a nice ulti from Witch Doctor into the Warlock ulti is going to be lacquer as well. So we can drop golems, get them stunned, maybe get a Blink Centaur in with a Death Ward. Could be some big team fights coming out later.
So I disagree with the Battle Free on the Monkey King. You know, they've got a 9k net worth advantage. To keep it like that, you want to be building more aggressive items. You want to probably be going for the Shadow Blade into Echo Saber. The Battle Free is just an indication that this Monkey King just wants to farm up the game. He wants to take this to late game, he wants to get 6 started, and yeah.
Yeah, the only thing at the moment that's happening is the fact that your Radiant side is, you know, they're not giving for the Wolves any time. You know, they're constantly jumping on them. They don't have any movement in terms of freedom of movement, if I can put it that way. So they're constantly on the back foot, but once those ultis start coming out, it might be a different story. Just look at this. Not capitalizing on that at all.
The sad thing,
busy farming up some camps.
Yeah, the sad thing for me here is that I see a level 7 Witch Doctor to a level 5 Juggernaut. So unfortunately, his safe lane core is quite far behind him at the moment, and obviously those Bloodseeker kills have really put him in a bad space.
Bloodseeker 14 minutes in, he's sitting with the relic in his stash.
I mean, we still need to get Warlock to level 6 as well. And I think, you know, that is going to cause some issues. But the key in this game is going to be the Warlock Centaur combination.
You know, meanwhile, Blood is, you know, farming the top of this jungle really nicely. He's got a Radiance up, guys, in 14 minutes, even earlier, pre-14-minute Radiance. So he's actually having a sterling game. And it's quite refreshing to see that he hasn't picked up an axe, because up until this point, he's only picked an axe in all the games. Where's Astrix? He's... which one's Astrix? Is he the Lion right now? He was only playing Avenge and now he's a Lion, so well done.
That is the engagement that I was talking about. Feed Me, he's gonna get taken out of the mana drain.
Oh,
now,
huge Lion ulti.
Yeah, he's a bit way too farmed up at the moment. They're just not getting the fights that they're looking for.
No, huge ulti coming out from the Lion there onto Master Wayne. Double kill for Bloodseeker, and he's just, yeah, like you said, he's huge now. He's got a Radiance, and he's looking around to kill.
Yeah, I mean, it's 15 minutes, and Juggernaut still doesn't have his ultis.
Oh boy, and that's a killing spree.
Yeah,
unfortunately, boys, you know you don't like to say it, but I mean, I think this game is over. I don't think it's possible for Dai to make a comeback. You know, they're relying on a big wombo combo right now, but they don't have the items for it. You know, you got your Centaur that needs the blink. He is pretty close to it, but your Warlock hasn't even hit level 6 yet.
Nope, he hasn't.
They're definitely struggling quite a lot.
Now, is this kind of, does this come down to maybe you pick the last pick puck and he's mid, and you solely relying on the Jug to do carrying? Could for the Feed the Wolves mid have been someone else who comes with a bit more of an impact?
I definitely think so. Unfortunately, I think Puck doesn't do enough as a hero at the moment. It's very much become just a utility hero. You can't really get solo pick-offs with the hero anymore. You can't really outplay with the hero much anymore. I think a few patches ago this would have been the ideal pick for this game, but unfortunately it's not as strong as it used to be.
No, unfortunately not. He's obviously just going to jump in, get his veil off, get a stun, bind the heroes, and then he's got to jump out. He's very squishy, only 970 health. So he's, he's not going to do too much in the way of team fights. And then that's one man out of team fights, unfortunately.
If you look at the draft and you see a Centaur and you see a Puck, and essentially both heroes are the same. They do the exact same thing for the lineup. So I think one of the heroes should have changed there. I think, Puck as an offlaner is not bad. But yeah, unfortunately not one of them is a real playmaking hero, and not one of them really scales as well as, Windwall.
Oh, we've got Dreamfall down once again, and that is Ogre. Wow. That damage from the silence, beautiful little jump in there from the Centaur. Feedme trying to do as much as he can.
Very nice blink stun from the Centaur.
Oh no, we've got Wind Ranger. He's being caught up, tries to wind run out of that. Death Ward coming out, and this is the break that For the Wolves were waiting for. I mean, we've got Witch Doctor finally, or he has been level 6 for a while now, but now Warlock also level 6, hasn't even used the golems. So they are pretty much ready for the next fight. And Juggernaut as well, he's reached level 6.
And a nice double kill for Mick Jagger there. I think he was really waiting for a nice good pick-off like that as well. Yeah, and like you said, Jug finally getting that Omni/Wise rocking his brown boots, man. Oof.
That was a pretty good blink stun from the Centaur.
Oh, caught out Puck. No, he's gonna get away.
We've got the rupture.
Ooh, Jug getting ruptured up. He's gonna run for
way too far, gets the Omni Slash. Just not gonna be enough. Oh, the horror.
Man, and that is a 4-man wipe. And possibly a tier 2 tower by the fall, yeah. Creeps are close enough, they can do it. Wind's got an ulti as well. No need though.
Yeah, it definitely does seem that For the Wolves had their moment. But yeah, unfortunately they're not able to keep up with the pace of TBA.
No, we got Juggernaut here trying to still farm up. He's not level 7 yet, can't complete his boots, doesn't have a Ring of Aquila. Yeah.
When you're in a position that FT For the Wolves are in at the moment, you need to be able to capitalize on whatever you can. You need to be able to take whatever you can, take whatever space you get and make the best of it. They did a pretty good job at the tier 2, where they defended that fight. They waited for the extend from Apes and then were able to capitalize on it. However, I don't think they're in a position that they can just 5-man up and start taking towers against.
Oh, he has big trouble in the jungle. Ulti on the Juggernaut with a shackle shot. That's a dead man.
They're being outplayed in more ways than one. They did have their moment to shine, but that bottom tower is still standing. They just couldn't get the tower down, and they're back at exactly where they were a couple of minutes ago.
And he has a nice double stack on Ancients, which I was hoping Juggernaut was going to go find and farm, but it might just fall to the Bloodseeker now.
I think this is a mistake from Juggernaut. He's got the Battle Fury queued up. I think 20 minutes is too late to start farming a Battle Fury. I think he needs to get a more of an active item. Maybe even just opt for the early BKB against the lineup from Radiant.
Yeah, he'll have to. Monkey King picking up his... No, I was going to say Monkey King picking up his Echo Saber, also got the BKB queued up as well.
Bloodseeker, I think he's on his way. He's pretty close, sitting on 15 gold away from his BKB. I think once he's got that up, I think he can just man up and start taking these towers.
Yeah, in fact, he's got the BKB in the stash and is calling it the courier now.
We do have the Fatal Bonds. did come out, but didn't really connect on anything.
What kind of high ground defense does the Dire have here?
You know, they got the Q that they can, illusionary orb that they can just spam out the waves with. Puck can pretty much on his own just clear up the waves. You got the Centaur, he's got return damage, he's got the blink that Radiant are probably going to be wary about. Juggernaut on the other hand, he's got no items to defend with. Witch Doctor's pretty much just a solo target hero. He doesn't do much against waves. And yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. Meanwhile, Feed the Wolves looking to take Roche right now. I mean, that's just the obvious choice. Why not? These guys have to defend, so...
This Bloodseeker is actually taking quite a bit of damage there from Roshan. I mean, Roshan's not falling as fast as I thought he would have. But, yeah, they are still managing to do it. Big fish.
Big fish. Listen, when you go away for the weekend, that's what you want to catch, is a big fish.
No, they definitely managed to get that one. And that Radiance for the Bloodseeker is doing so much work, and that coupled with the power shot. I mean, they're pushing the lanes extremely fast.
Oh, yeah. 21k net worth lead as well, it's huge.
So they're pushing towards the tower. We do have a nice little dream core coming out.
Oh, very nice engagement.
So many words, but look at the damage. That's the golem coming down. 3 heroes have fallen, but Centaur's taking a hell of a lot of damage from Feed Me. Are they going to be able to get him down? The Juggernaut coming in. Feed Me is tanking those spins, and Puck is still there. Why is he still there?
And going in which direction as well?
Dire got the perfect engagement that they needed off there, but unfortunately the Aegis on the side of Radiant, along with the Monkey King that's so far ahead at the moment, was just too much for them to deal with.
And TBA forcing the buybacks. Oh boy, this is going to be a dieback for the Juggernaut, hopefully not.
Yeah, I do feel that the Blade Fury from Juggernaut at the moment is pretty much useless. I mean, it's not really doing any damage. It does give him that magic immunity, but he is going up against a Bloodseeker, and the rupture still goes through.
I think the big thing here, boys, is Dire were able to defend the tier 3. You know, it was a Aegis on the side of Radiant. They committed 5-man for it. Dire is still able to defend it, and the Aegis gone as well. It's a pretty decent fight for Dire. I think it might just be enough to bring them back into this game, but it's going to be a long shot for them.
Definitely a long shot. Couple taunts getting thrown out, couple kisses there being thrown by Drevlin.
Good to see the friendly banter between the teams.
Yeah.
Oh, Juggernaut, he might find himself.
This is the dieback. And there's the Centaur ult into Rupture.
Why is he still running?
Ouch.
Oh, should have used the Blade Fury.
And that's going to be a dieback on Juggernaut.
I think a lot of mistakes were made in this game. For the Wolves just not being able to catch up, and that is their downfall.
Witch Doctor ult now down. He did try and commit it on the Monkey King bottom, but however, Monkey King just too far ahead. Having that Echo Saber, he's able to get the Jingu Mastery stacks up, cancel out the ult with his Boundless Strike, and get the kill.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice jump from the Lion.
Oh, huge finger out there.
Oh, beautiful blink stun from the Centaur. You got the Monkey King going on him though. Puck trying his best to do something. He's able to get away. No, he's not.
It's pretty much GG. I don't see them getting anywhere. It's just unfortunate.
I think we've got a best of 3 on our hands. You may as well call it and start strategizing for your second game.
Definitely. The important thing here, you know, you got to keep your head up high. You got to say to yourself, you know, team fight wise, if we were a bit like closer to if we were a bit closer to them net worth wise, you know, we probably could have taken this game. That a few good fights, and that was at a 22k deficit you know, so definitely, I think Dyer can like keep their heads up high and go into the next game with a positive attitude.
There we go, GG called.
Yeah, TBA doing very, very well there. They jumped on for the Wolves, didn't give them any time to farm, and they definitely suffered from that.
There's no room to breathe at all.
But yeah, we're going to take a very, very short break. We're going to be back in a couple of minutes with game number 2. So please don't go anywhere. Stay where you are, and we'll see you guys shortly.